Hi, Caroline.
Hi everyone. Nice to see your faces. Hello, hello, hey
Oh,
Freya.
well, there I am. All right.
Nice one, Frederick. We're in. Okay. We're probably just a few more coming in, so just give it a bit of a second to get a few more around the table, so to speak. And let's see. I think everyone should just be able to join automatically now. So, welcome everyone to Pitch Practice. Very good to see you all coming in. Today we're going to have 12 people in the hot seat. And so if we have some time at the end, I will add and open it up to the floor if anyone wants to repeat a session. If anyone goes, Caroline, I was supposed to go and you didn't call my name, don't worry, there will be some time at the end and you can give me a shout out. We are going to be running through each of the pitches today. You have 1 minute to pitch. I will put a timer up on screen so that if I see that you're going over, I'm going to hold up my hand or it'll play a really annoying sound and we'll say, okay, that's it, got to stop because we're going to keep to time so that we give everybody an opportunity to pitch. I'm then going to give you 2 minutes max, up to 2 minutes of feedback to help you sharpen up your pitch. So as I go through everyone, I'm going to try my very best to give very different feedback and tweak. And I have looked at all your sessions before, so I know what you've done before and I will be comparing. But grab your pens and papers. Ask the question, what does this feedback mean to me? What are the ways you could sharpen up your pitch even more? Is there something she said that I could work on too? So take the time, guys, to really make the most of this session. And I want you all to walk away with confidence and clarity. That is my number one goal. But obviously, you need to be memorable. You need to be compelling. At the end of the day, you have seconds to grab the attention of these investors and get them to say hell yes and invest in you. So, for those of you who have not met me before, hello, my name is Caroline. I am the founder of Vincitor, and I help founders turn their ideas into funded businesses. And I love nothing more than helping you with your pitch. It's one of my favorite things to do. I've helped creative agencies to startups secure millions in new business and secure their financial future. I want the same for you. My door is always open. If you have a question, you can ping it to me, you can chat to me on LinkedIn. I'm always here. But I can say to you that right now we're going to go rapid fire. I'm going to call you up to the stage. If you're not here, I'll just call up the next person on my list. But I'm going to go through my list rather than around the screen, just so I keep to who's meant to be pitching. So tell me if we have in the room Chain Comply. Do we have anyone from Chain Comply here today? If not, moving swiftly on, Astron Systems. If you're here, come off mute, come up to the stage. If not, NUSA. I'm just going to fire through them now.
Yeah. Sorry, here. So give
Yeah,
me a
yeah,
second.
yeah. Okay, good. Great job. Okay, Kieran, you're going to see the clock come on. Are you ready to go with your pitch?
Yes, I am.
Good man. Okay, let's hear it.
Oh, sure. Hi, I'm Kieran, co-founder of Astron Systems, and we are building the first 100% reusable small rocket. To date, we've secured investment from leading investors like Textile Space and SFC Capital, so I've received support from the European Space Agency. We have novel technology and ultra-long lifetime small rocket engines, bring the state of the art from 5 minutes to more than 20 hours. We're based here in Harwell, as well as have a test site in Westwood Venture Park, and are currently in the process of raising the next round of funding to reach our next major technical milestones. In the wings, we have a series of Tier 1 Silicon Valley VCs waiting to write checks on further technical progress. The team of aerospace engineers with a world-class advisory board, including the likes of Gregory Crowland, who formerly led the design and development of Falcon 9's upper stage. We're on a mission to make sure space is sustainable and accessible for all, and won't stop until it is. Thank you.
Okay, well, props for being under time, 3 seconds to spare. Well done, Kieran. We always love to be in time. There's a few reasons for that. They want to make sure that if you've got more to say, you feel like you had time to do it. And really, I want you all to focus on what is the way that you can own and command the stage when you come onto the floor. So, Kieran, you came in, I put you on the spot, you were like, okay, I'm ready. And you began to read. Now, I'm very aware that on the day you will not be reading, all of you will have memorized these, you'll be pitch perfect. But when you're reading, even if you're reading, take the time to practice. Use each line and think of it has to land. Because you were reading, I was kind of getting a bit that monotonous tone that kind of go da 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 da. You are saying some of the most amazing things and it's all blending. Don't want it to blend. We want it to really stand out. So I want you to think more about how fantastic your product is. Get passionate about your product and the opportunity that is in front of these investors and bring it to your pitch. one of the things you're doing, Eddie, is you've got great energy. It's Kieran, sorry. You've got great
Yeah.
energy. Is your co-founder, Eddie? Do you have a co-founder?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And he did the other pitch, right? Is he pitching on the day or are you?
I am on the day. And so it wasn't reading from a script, it was sort of a little off the top of the head, mostly kind of based on what we've done previously, which
Okay, all right. Well, in which case,
was maybe more.
you're pulling from your memory, I would say, like almost too much to the point. It's like, know what you have to say. Just say it like you're saying it to your best friend or someone that you know is going to give you good feedback and not be super harsh or critical, and just help it land. But you did discuss so many great things. You talked about the fact that you have an ambition, that you're looking to get to that next milestone. But can you be clearer? Can we talk about what that next milestone is? The end of your pitch has got to be very clear on what your ask is. So, how much money are you looking for? What is that next milestone? Talking about that traction from where you are to where you're going to would be really beneficial for you. You talked about Techstars, you talked about some of the traction you've had, but I think there's a bit more excitement you could build into your pitch. So without going on too long, I would say that from looking at your deck, one of the big things is the defense opportunity. Am I right in saying that? The industry defense?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I've seen my internet gone slow. I apologize, guys. Kieran, you might have to say that again.
Yeah, I guess I think the trouble we always have is there's lots of, I think the trouble we sometimes have, there's lots of sort of layers to our business onion, so to speak, and it's difficult to know which one to really focus on, because obviously you mention everything, it'll kind of sometimes go over people's, or you say it too quickly and the message gets missed.
Exactly. So know that you cannot say more, you have to say less, and make sure that what you choose is the biggest and most exciting parts. So have a look at your pitch again, and you can always test this out. You've got a nice, warm group here with Rare Founders, but really think about the big things about you're in space tech. You want to be really standing out. This is big what we do. You want to talk about your traction. You have a great team of advisors. You can talk about that. But the market is just, at the moment, it doesn't sound exciting enough. But when you talk about defense, which is currently trending, it's the biggest amount of investment. That's something that's going to be exciting to investors. So they know that there is a big market opportunity. This is where the money is. So really pull that out. You've got a big ambition. Also, you used the phrase in the original pitch about the decacorn, right? You want to be even bigger than a unicorn. So if you're that confident, bring that into your pitch. Share it.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Thanks for going first. Let's keep going. Who's NUSA? Is anyone from NUSA in the room?
Yes.
Yay. Okay. Hey, Luna. Great to see you. Okay. You have got the floor. I'm going to reset the stopwatch and let's go back again. Okay, new technology. I'm failing miserably with that. Let me go back. Sorry, 1 second. Apps. Oh no, my timer's gone. Oh, I hate this technology fail. 1 moment. This is where I want Freya to take over. Freya, can you help me with my apps just with them having a fail? Let me see. Actually, no, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way because I can't keep it up. I'm still going to do my time.
I'm genuine. Exactly.
Okay, let me get it up. Okay, I've got it.
I mean, I'm just impressed you've got that on there. I don't even know how to do that.
I know, that was a new skill I learned the other day. Okay, I've reset the timer and we're ready. The floor is yours. Let's go for it, Luna.
Hi everyone, my name is Luna Astron and I'm the co-founder of NUSA, the first circular textile fiber. Today we offer a concrete product to move away from fossil-based textile and revalorize textile waste. So we have 2 activities. I'm proud to introduce you to our groundbreaking innovation, NUSA, a bio-renewable textile fiber that we make endlessly recyclable, showing optimal performance and comfort, the lowest environmental footprint if you compare us with traditional fiber, and cherry on the cake, 100% recyclable, thanks to our patented technology, NuCycle. So today we're raising 2 million euros to accelerate our growth and scale our unique recycling technology in Europe, where it is now compulsory since a month to recycle textiles. So if you're interested to close the loop with NUSA, make sure to scan this QR code. Thank you.
Okay, under time. Well done, Lisa. Very good. Lots of positives in there. You really pulled out the highlights and the benefits of what you're doing. So really well done. You talked about the technology without getting too technical, but actually staying to the why it's important. So the 100% recyclable. You talked about groundbreaking innovation. They were really good points. I think when it comes to your particular innovation, it's really exciting what you can do with it. And it's absolutely exciting how innovative it is. But we need to get to the point of your story about what is the opportunity. With all of you, you've got to remember you're talking to investors. They want to know how much this is going to take off. Like, how much money are you going to make with this? What is the market opportunity? What traction have you had so far that gives you the confidence to know that with their investment, you can hit that next milestone? And what is that next milestone? So really talk about your ask. That is the part I would suggest for you to work on, Luna. How much money are you going to be asking for? Are you clear on that? Is it strategic support that you want? What is it you're looking for to get you to that next milestone?
Thank you.
Do you have any questions, Luna, on that?
No, it's just that, talking about the size of the market and so on, I feel that people get bored easily. That's the reason why I never put it. But if you say that's a bit, yeah, I feel that people are super bored when you say that textile industry is the second most polluting, or textile market is huge because textile is everywhere. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And if you think it's boring, other people will think it's boring too. So listen to your intuition on that. But don't talk just about the size of the market. Talk about how much of the market you've already engaged with, or you've researched, or you see is untapped at the moment. So connect to the parts that do make it interesting. Like, you think this is interesting. Why do you think it's interesting? Why is the opportunity right now? Like, this is the moment. Invest in us today and we are going to fly. Why now? So with all of you, why now? It's the most important part of your pitch. And so if you're thinking, oh, I'm just going to give them stats they kind of know, or it's a bit dull, it's a bit boring, listen to that. It probably is. Don't use it. But talk about the part that's interesting, the bit that gets you excited to get out of bed and work crazy hours and do all this work. So as I'm saying that to you, Luna, is there something that's coming into your head about, well, actually, this part's exciting?
Yeah, sure. Like basically the last sentence. So since a month, it has been voted in Europe, recycling is compulsory for any person putting in circulation clothing or any textile. So they are forced to.
They're forced to. Okay.
But they don't have solution.
And they don't have a solution. Okay. So dramatize that is what I would suggest to you, because just sort of laying out the stat and statistic, it's a little bit like listening to a newsreader, but perhaps like get in the drama. Like, okay, ever been forced to do something you don't want to do? Well, imagine that en masse. We now have however many millions of people now forced to recycle their clothes, and they have no solution. Welcome to NUSA. Get excited about your product. You are excited about it. Make them feel that energy. That would be my tip for you. I think you're good to go. I'm going to move on to the next on my list.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Do we have Trosort in the room? I think I've said that right. If I haven't, apologies. Dooley, Dooley, come on up. Who's up? I heard a voice.
Hi, I'm Achille from Trosort.
Okay. Hey, how are you doing?
Great, and you?
Good. Let me just reset the clock. Okay. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Achille from Trosort. 2 years ago, I stopped buying new clothes when I realized the impact of fashion. And I also discovered the back end of the second-hand fashion world. Those are textile sorting centers. Those are the place where the clothes arrive when you put them in the bins in the streets. And it's actually half of the second-hand market that will be evaluated at 350 billion euros in 2030. So it's a big part of that market. And they have an enormous problem. They have too much clothes to sort. They have to decide if they need to put them for resale, recycling, incineration, and that's a manual job. So there is too much labor costs, and we are arriving with an automated solution to sort the clothes. It's a patented solution that comprises hardware and software that we deliver to sorting centers. We already have 2 orders for that system. That's a 10K MRR, and we have 13 listed in for our showroom like Zalando and others.
Okay, we ran out of time, but very good job there. I would say that you are packing in a lot of information, and actually all the information you're putting in is good, which is really hard then to decide which parts do you take out. So you are not alone in this challenge. But I would say that you are telling the story well. You're a really good communicator. I would suggest to you that you bring in a bit more of clarity around the pain. And when you start talking about the technology, rather than saying what it is, and this goes for everybody, it's good to be clear over clever always. But if we could be a little bit more talking about, like, do people really care, like the intricate nuts and bolts of what it is? Or do they really care about the traction? And I think you talked about that brilliantly, where we already have orders. Amazing. Okay, that is music to investors' ears. Do they care what the orders are for exactly? Not really. They do care that it's 10K MRR. Wow. Okay, you've got my attention again. So really think about what are the parts that are going to make them lean in and eyes go wide and get excited. You also have a really good story about the traction you already have and what you've got invested already with your business. So use that. Don't hide that away in your deck or think the slide is going to tell it. Really bring those front and center in your pitch, and it will really capture the inspiration of that. Does that make sense, Achille?
Yeah, completely. Thank
Okay.
you.
Amazing. That's really great. All right, next up to the floor. Do we have Dooley? Is the Dooley in the room, or turn up? We'll go to turn up or revision implant.
Yeah, that's
Turn
me.
Hey, whoever spoke
There's
first.
somebody before me, I think.
No, Frederick, you talk louder. Let's go for it. We're going for you.
All
I'll
right, all right, all
circle
right.
back round. Frederick, remind me which company you're with. Sorry.
I'm sorry, can you come again?
Your company name?
Revision implant.
Okay, revision implant, you have the floor. Let me highlight you. Okay, so let's get that back to start. And floor is yours. Go for it, Frederick.
All right, thanks. Imagine one day you become blind. Everything around you disappears forever. This is a harsh reality for over 20 million people worldwide, and that's why we at Revision are building the world's first brain implant to restore useful vision. Our concept is that in the near future, if you become blind for any reason, you can go to a specialized clinic. You will get an implant with hundreds of tiny wires placed in the visual cortex in the back of your head. You will also get a pair of glasses with integrated cameras that wirelessly connects to the implant. The implant converts this video stream to a stimulation pattern that the brain can understand, and after some training, you will have your basic visual abilities restored. This sounds like science fiction, but for deaf people, this is already a reality. So-called cochlear implants already allow profoundly deaf people that cannot be helped with a regular hearing aid to understand speech again. And they're a huge success, the market being about 2 billion per year. Our ambition is to bring a neurotech revolution of a similar size to the blind. Where are we now? We've built a unique patented microelectrode technology with electrode strands as thin as a single cell and invented a method to insert them. Oh, way too long.
We got over
I
time.
need
You
to
were
cut it
so
down.
close. But Frederick, I was thinking as you're going, oh, the man needs to breathe. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't know if you
I'll
were
cut down
going.
the text. Sorry.
It's okay. You did a really good job. You're a great communicator. You've added in a lot of the key facts into your pitch, and you brought in a lot of that, huge stat. Do you know? And all these people are going to
Yeah.
become blind. Like, it was great. You had a lot of energy and passion. These are qualities I don't want you to lose. But equally, you need to give time for people to process the information that you're saying. So you got to give space, and that means slowing down a bit. The power of the pause is massive, and everybody should use it. If you give them a really big stat, like imagine this or hear this, give it a second for them to really feel that. And by not jumping ahead straight away to the next one. So
Yeah, what will be solved by cutting down the text, right?
you
Because
need
I'm
to
not
cut down
really
the
doing
text.
it. It was too long, frankly.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
too long. But so you got to cut down that text a little bit and
Yeah.
really think about the three T's that I talked about in the last session, if anybody was there, is really thinking about your team, your technology, and your traction. They are the three T's. And when we're talking about the traction, that's the part that's really going to excite the investors. And I would say heavily weight in your pitch. And for you, you have got some amazing traction from the government funding that you've had, from like you're now looking to get to a 3 million round. I mean, this is a big round that you're going for. So make sure your ask is very clear at the end and what you're going to do with that ask. Like, what are the three things you're going to invest that money in to achieve your goal? Help them have confidence. You know where you're going, you know what you need, and let's make money together. So bringing that in a bit, your story about the reason for being and your why this is important, the amazing innovation of your technology, I think is great. You can still slim that down a little bit and then really concentrate on the money conversation you want to have, Frederick, and I think you'll get there.
All right. Yeah, there will be a one slider, right? So I think I'll just keep the details for basic. I'll just put an illustration on the slide so I can skip the part where I actually explain what it does, and then I can have the time to talk about the traction, because there was some traction in the later paragraph, but yeah, we didn't come to that.
Get there. So with your slide is going to be in the background, but it's not going to be your catch-all for the things you don't say. If anything, it's highlighting the key things you are saying. So don't use it as a prop to like, oh, well, that'll cover me. Use it as a way of helping them see perhaps a bigger picture of a story that you're telling. So maybe it's a timeline, maybe it's an investment track. Graphs are great, you know, anything that shows where this is going. And going back to Luna, like scan for the QR code, that's a whole sentence where you could say something really impactful. People know there's a QR code there, Luna. You don't need to tell them to scan it. Like, give yourself the ability to use that prop to show a bigger picture. But don't think about more detail. We don't need more detail. That's the Q&A afterwards. Okay.
All right.
All right. Good job, Frederick. Thanks for coming up to the floor. Have we got in the room Shipperize? Anyone from Shipperize?
No, just a Turnip.
Hey.
You mentioned Turnip before.
Oh, Turnip. I did. You were great. I'm so glad you caught me. All right, let's do that. I'm going to put you onto the timer and the floor is yours. Go for it.
Perfect. Hello, I'm Koen, CEO and co-founder at Turnip. In healthcare, 1 in 4 appointments is wasted to no-shows or last-minute cancellations. That's a 350 billion problem globally. Patients wait months while providers lose revenue and capacity. Turnip fixes this. Our AI predicts who won't show, backfills cancellations instantly, and even uses a generative AI agent to call, confirm, and reschedule cancellations automatically. This is live today. We are starting in dentistry, where occupancy is everything, and already serve over 1,200 dentists in Belgium, with every major group as a paying customer. One client added over 250,000 euros in revenue just last year. We are now expanding into the UK, Netherlands, and Italy with Europe's largest dental service organizations. I'm a second-time founder, and with our team of 10 people, we are raising 1.5 million to accelerate expansion, targeting 1 million ARR by the end of 2025 and 4 million by 2026.
Okay, amazing. Well done. Very good, Kieran. So a bit of a masterclass there in pitching. You did really well. I'm going to just highlight what you did so well, which was you talked about those 3 T's. So I know about your team. I know how big your team is. I know about traction. I know where you're expanding to. I know the amount you're asking for in terms of investment and exactly how you're mapping out how to spend that. So it was a really good pitch, very, very strong. It was clear as well, you're talking about your niche, so the dental market, how much traction you have in that dental market right now. Again, very, very confident pitch, very, very good. We did run out of time. So I would suggest, so that you don't get to the point where you're like, oh my God, I'm speeding up because I have to get through everything, is I even reduce it a little bit further. Now, what you reduce, I would say, is to give you more time and more ability to pause and let those big figures land, help them really be clear on what your ask is. But your pacing was good. I'm trying to see if there's anything in my notes to add. But I think it's an improvement on the pitch we saw from you becoming part of the final 30. You did less so much about the personal story, and you did much more about that cost of no-show, which I think is really helping that big number land, to show that the opportunity then is really big. And you're already working with some of the biggest brands in healthcare. If anything, I would invite you to think about putting those big brand names up on your one-pager. You don't need to list them off. Again, if the slide is there shouting about that visually, you don't need to add that in. It's really good. So to be honest, just trim down a little bit. Otherwise you're good to go. Any questions you have for me?
Not me. So in London, we'll have just 1 minute also. It's going to be the same kind of part.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Perfect. That's not a lot.
No. But
Right.
then you have time to network and answer questions and set up meetings. So that's the good part. So yeah, just really using where you can. If there's an opportunity to drive curiosity or to map out how big the opportunity is for them, which I think you did brilliantly with your roadmap of where you're going to go. But again, team, traction, and technology, this is where you're going to really shine, and you did that great. Okay, next up to the floor. Do we have anyone from Shipper Eyes, XFA, Alphard? I think I've said that right. Peaky.
Yes, Peaky.
Hey, Peaky. Okay, 1 second. Let's get you going. All right, the floor is yours.
Right. I think it's fair to say that volatility is the new normal. Market shift overnight, costs slip, or crazy tax tariffs pop up, and yet most startups and scale-ups still manage their future in a static spreadsheet. Hi all, my name is Ser. I'm a co-founder of Peaky, together with 3 Match Group ex-colleagues. After 15 years as a CFO, I've seen the same story over and over. Financial plans are outdated the moment they are built. By the time you spot a risk, it's already too late. That means wrong hires, missed runway, and tough investor calls. That's why we built Peaky. It's an AI native planning platform that keeps financial plans alive. So we plug into financial and non-financial tools. We update forecasts in real time. We flag assumption drift and let you run scenarios instantly. We have 10, sorry.
It's okay.
I see the timer and I'm freaking out.
I know. Stress that timer. Okay. You did really good. So I would say that you were packing in a lot, as everybody here is understanding the same frustration. I've got so much to say. How do I cut it down? So with all of you, I would consider when you're talking about the technology or what it does, ask yourself the question, does the investor care? Do they care the details of the functionality of what it does? Not really. They care how much money is this going to make me and how quickly, and how interested is the market for the problem and pain that you're solving. So you have got some amazing things to talk about for Peaky, and you did already speak a little bit about the opportunity and the market that you're serving, because they're all suffering from this pain. But going into the detail of how you solve that pain for them is not really necessary at this time, because you're not doing this to a client, you're doing this to investors. So really focus on the big things that you can talk about. So you've got a good team to talk about. You've got some name dropping you can do there. You've got some highlights that you can share. Focus on that. Also, you've got a great opportunity to talk about how much you're raising and what you're raising for. Maybe that was later in your script and you just...
It was there, yeah. It was there.
I know that is really important. So keep that, cut the rest, you know? And then also for the other part, you're simplify it. So as I say to everyone, think about how would you explain this to a 5-year-old? You wouldn't talk all the technical language of all the different kinds of startups, scale-ups, all these other things. You would just say, Peaky is for scale-ups who are underserved. Okay? Don't know if that still makes enough sense for me, so have to maybe drill a bit deeper. So it's about them spotting risks and opportunities in real time. Something they haven't been able to do is a really strong part of your pitch. So again, keep it simple, really simple to explain it to a 5-year-old. Here comes in Peaky, where we're able to do this. And you know, the fact that you have got a strategy to go into partnerships is a really big thing to talk about. Talk about that. And really start to bring in that you are carving out potentially a new category in financial planning. That's really exciting. That's innovation. Without saying we're innovative, you're saying we are carving out a brand new category. That's exciting for an investor. Like, nobody's done this before. This is why we're someone to listen to. We understand the pain. We're getting traction. We're lining up partnerships. Boom, boom, boom. They're like, okay, interesting. Let's set up a meeting and have a conversation.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks.
Great stuff.
A lot of that was like further in the pitch, but I need to like trim down the problem and the hook and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Sorry,
great.
thank you.
Looking forward to seeing the evolution. Do we have Dita in the room? Innovating the way we buy glasses, who really wanted to hear her pitch, but okay, like we haven't. I'm going to just go back through who here has not come up to the floor, who feels they should.
I'm here. I just could not find the unmute button.
Okay, I'm so glad that you found the button and you're with us. Okay.
Yes, I was with you.
Fabulous. Don't worry at all. It happens. Let me try and get the timer back up, because while I was searching for you, I just knocked it off. So bear with me a second. Get rid of that. Here we go. I found it. I found it. I'm back. I'm in the room. There we go. We're on. Okay, the floor is yours.
Thank you. The way we buy glasses have not changed in over a century. You walk to an optical store, you pick up 10, 20, 30 pair of glasses, explore lens options, price, promotion. This process is slow and complicated. 85% of the glasses are still bought in the store. The optician, it's important, but the tool they use are stuck in the past, remaining manual and papers. We believe technology could change all of this, and that's the reason we built OptiSuite, a digital assistant for opticians powered by AI. Already deployed in 450 stores at leading optical stores in Europe and used by 1,200 opticians, OptiSuite is proving its impact. Stores see 23% revenue more and sell 27% more pair of glasses, because we are not just changing how glasses are sold, we are redefining the experience of buying them.
There we go. We're up. Okay. We had water pistols that'd be all going off right now if you've ever been to one of Rare Founders events. So really well done, Alex. I mean, your pacing was great. You were allowing real space to allow each line of your pitch to land. And so I do not want you to speed up to think, oh God, I didn't get through it all. No, no, no. We need to keep trimming it down. We need to make it less so that you can get into that 1 minute. Where you can trim it down is where you're talking about the problem. You're getting into a bit more about the store versus online. It can be that simple. It's just make it simpler, because it's too much detail. Where again, ask yourself, does the investor really care? Do they care about the detail of how we're buying glasses, how we're not buying glasses? No, they don't care. They really just want to understand the numbers. And you talked a bit about numbers there. Those are the most important thing your investor wants to hear. So slow down on that and really connect with them. So when you're talking about the fact that we used to buy everything in store, we're moving them to online, and we are creating an uplift in sales. The fact that people are buying more glasses with our solution, doubling, trebling, whatever. These are the kind of numbers that go, okay, leaning in, listening, interesting. You've got plenty of numbers to talk about. So let's think, I've seen 80% buy-in for stores, but for, these are big numbers. You want to talk about this. There is absolutely an opportunity for you to talk around the increase in turnover for your clients, the fact that you've got these great case studies that you're going to go and you're going to win more clients because they want the same results. This is exciting. So you've got a big opportunity to talk about the fact that, yes, you're helping people buy with more confidence. That's amazing. You have a beautiful mission. Don't lose that. You want happy customers, perfectly fitted glasses. The fact that you embody the business and the brand wearing your amazing glasses, Alex, I mean, that is fantastic. So, love that. Have some fun with it. Really show up and tell them that you're on that mission, that you have this vision, and that you're already doing it. So that traction, the fact that you have your team, and the fact that you are absolutely moving towards your mission. The time is now. Retail has never been primed more for this, and your technology solves this issue and increases that turnover. You will have a great pitch.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions for me, Alex?
Not at the moment. I just
you take your
take
time.
note of all the.
See if we can have a
you.
question later. No problem. You did great. All right. Who hasn't come up to the floor that feels they should have, or I haven't called up, or otherwise I'll just ramble through my list. Frederick?
I haven't yet.
Okay, Manson, we'll come back to you in a second. Manon, sorry, beg your pardon. Frederick, where are you from? Which company?
From Rainbow Rebels.
Rainbow Rebels. I don't know if I have you on my list. Why don't I have you on my list? You're pitching on Demo Day?
No, I'm not. No.
Okay. I just need to give priority to pitches on Demo Day for this session. But if there's still time, I'll come back to you, Frederick.
Okay,
Anything that should have been, Manon? Are you pitching on Demo Day?
No.
Okay, that may be why I don't have you on my list. So is anybody else here should have come up to the floor who I haven't called?
I'm pitching in Demo Day.
Great, then Marco, I want to hear from you. Okay, Marco, tell me the name of your company. Is it Chain Comply?
Alphard. It's an AI product analytics.
Alphard, found you. Okay, let's go. I'm going to put it on the clock.
Sorry for the delay, but I had another cold, sorry.
I don't think that's a good enough excuse, really, but I'll let you slide. Okay, all right, here we go. Floor is yours. Let's go.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Marco, co-founder and CEO at Alphard. I'm an exited founder, built my previous startup in Italy, and brought the B2B2C platform in one of the top 100 most downloaded apps there. Exiting during uni, my co-founder is a machine learning researcher, ex-data analyst at Siemens, ex-founding engineer in another VC-backed startup. Together, we want to solve a 45 billion yearly waste. According to public reports, SaaS companies waste over 20% of their annual revenue in zero-impact product decisions. We both experience firsthand. But we're here to change that. We're building an AI product analytics platform that finds what's happening and tells you how to act and when would that impact. But it's not imaginary work of two madmen, it's real. We launched our MVP just weeks ago, and we closed 60K in ARR through LOIs in the first launch week, and signed 200K in pipeline ready to be onboarded. Raising $1 million, we already have some money committed, and if you want a part of the journey, say hi later.
Nice. Okay. So I would say that you did a really good job in terms of talking about your team. You did a great introduction of yourself. You really made us think about listening to you because you're already an exited founder. That's great to know. You talked a bit about what you're most proud of, the things that you've done as a business. I really like the phrase, we're not just two madmen doing this. We've already got traction. That was brilliant. In terms of the speed of your pitch, Marco, you got to slow down. I know in Italy, you guys love to talk fast, but you got to breathe. The English, we don't go that fast. We like it slow. We like to hear everything you're saying, and we really like the information that you're telling us to land. You talked about some big numbers there. You talked about big figures, and it's got to be clear on, okay, you're raising $1 million. Okay, that's great. So, but what are you going to do with that investment? What's going to be your next milestone? You have a very clear ambition. You have a 45 billion problem. That's great. Okay. So what are you going to do with that $1 million? Where is that going to take you to? What is that next milestone? Let's get people excited about this opportunity of joining now. Sometimes having already money committed means there's a lot of people already in the pie. Don't know if I want to join that. So help them understand, great, I've got other people who want to be in on this. Maybe I'm only searching for 2 more, 1 more. Maybe you don't have a number exactly, but anything where you can be specific, or you can say, we're looking for 1 million investment. With that, we have a projection to get to here. And what we're going to do with that money is but what 3 things. And I'm sure you've got that in spades in your deck. So play with that. I really love the fact you talked about your traction, your first week, 60K, securing those LOIs. That's brilliant. 30K. I think it's even better when you talk about the traction, like 30K in 3 days, 60K in a week. It's like, great. It's not that we didn't just a one-hit wonder. If we went out there and we got a little bit, it's like, we are consistently doing this. Bring in now, this is where we're going to get to next. You've got some great stats, use them. Otherwise, I think you did a really good pitch. Do you have any questions for me, Marco?
I have the time to be a little bit slower because what's my thing? It's I like pauses and stuff, dramatic pauses, but the thing is,
pauses.
I really have the time for that, and then it's
yeah, you have the time, so take it 100%. Okay, well done, Marco. Thanks for coming up to the floor. Do we have any other pitching founders that want to take the floor before I pass it on to anyone else?
I wouldn't mind if I did do a pitch last week at your last session, Caroline, but I've edited it significantly, and so if I could, I'd love to try the new one.
Yes and yes. Ella, let's do it. Ella, remind me the company name that you're coming from.
Arcanix.
Arcanix. Bear with me 1 second while I just bring you up. I want to see where you've gone to and from. There you are. Okay. All right, the floor is yours.
Cool, thank you. So the games industry has transitioned from products to services, and these live service games now make 30 times more revenue than products. All teams in the industry, from tiny indies to huge games like Fortnite, are actually running the operations of these games manually. Think back before ERP was introduced into businesses in the 90s. Teams worked in isolation, data didn't flow, coordination was manual, it was inefficient and error-prone. The games industry hasn't had its ERP moment yet. I'm Ella from Arcanix. We've been working in live service games for over 3 decades. We're literally the people that companies call for help, and one of my co-founders wrote the seminal book on the subject. We're developing a B2B SaaS platform to solve this problem. Just as ERP transformed enterprises operating at scale, our platform will transform how games are run at scale. We've validated this with some of the world's largest teams. We're currently signing up our first paying customers. We're raising 750K euros. We've got 500K already.
and we're seeking the last 250K to help us get to MVP.
Wow, wow, amazing. Ella, I love it. That was so good. What a transformation from last week. Oh my goodness.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing. Really, really good. I mean, just a bit of a masterclass for everyone here on being very clear on your ask. You absolutely showed that this is what we've got secured. This is what we're looking for now. It was great how you highlighted your team, talking about your experience, got credibility and authority of having an author as part of your team as well on your subject matter. Absolutely brilliant. I thought you did a really fantastic pitch. Again, you were speeding through a little bit. I could feel the nerves because we kind of got a lot to get through.
I'm also in a train station, so apologies.
If you can do it in a train station, you can do it anywhere. So Ella, I thought it was really, really good. I'd probably say you could literally just look to refine it just a bit more so you feel like you've got a bit more time. But otherwise, I thought you did a great job. There was this part where you're obviously comparing it to another market. Now, with all of you, I recommend that you look up the investors that are in the room. Have they invested in one of those markets before? Are they going to understand all those acronyms? Are they going to be fully savvy about it? Or are you going to be talking a language that means nothing to them? So I don't know the answer to that. I haven't researched the investors that are in the room on the day. That's your job. So what I would say to you is that if that language speaks to the people in the room who are going to invest in you, then use it. Otherwise, reference it in a way that somebody who doesn't know anything about that would understand. So so you're talking to that 5-year-old, you're talking to someone that's not in the industry, and you're making it really simple. Say, have you heard of this market? They scaled at pace because of this revolution. We're going to do the same for the games industry. It's making it as simple as possible for them to understand so that it's not making them feel, but you know, I don't actually know what she's talking about. Or what was that acronym that she just mentioned? So simplify it a little bit. The ones that are savvy in that market will absolutely get it. The ones that don't will see an opportunity they want to get involved in. So just open that up a bit, Ella, would be my advice. Yeah. Okay. You were still in a train station, so I think you've got me and you're good.
Yes, thank you very much.
Good, Ella, but well done. All right. Does anybody else want to come up to the floor who has already been no, everyone's good. I know we had a couple of others. We've only got 2 minutes left on the clock. So Fred, if you're not pitching at demo day, I'm sorry I can't open this up further because I do just want to leave a little bit of time for Q&A for anybody that has pitched or is coming up for demo day. Does anybody have a question for me before we close this session? Whether it's on their own pitch, whether it's just about specifically the feedback I've given today that's maybe given some confusion or a bit of inspiration and you want to just sense check that inspiration. Does anybody have a question for me? No questions. That's really a great sign. You're either not listening to me or you're all totally clear. Either way, that's fine. Let's see. Everyone seems to be good. Okay, we've got 1 more minute on the clock. What I would like to know from all of you, and you can pop it in the chat or you can come off mute and just answer, is just let me know, what was your big takeaway today? What did you learn? What is it that you are going to do differently in your pitch? Could you drop a message in the chat or by all means come off mute and just tell us what your takeaway was from today? Speak slowly. Love that one. That's a great one. Same for Marco. Then Marco, I need another one from you. What else did you learn about your pitch? Include the 3 T's more clearly. That's beautiful. Love that. Go to the point with less words. Absolutely. Every single time. Get to the point. Show more emotion. Yes, guys, bring your passion and energy to this. 110%. I really want to hear it from all of you. Why now? Beautiful. Why now? Why you? Absolutely. Those ones want to be really key. So talking about your team, talking about how brilliant you are, don't shy away from your success points. How to visualize the sector if it's a nice one. I'm not sure I fully understand what you mean there, but I might need you to come off mute and ask me that one. But is everyone feeling a lot more confident than they were before they came into the session? I'm getting some nods. I'm going to just put you guys on a gallery so I can see you all. Lots of yeses. Okay, then guys, go practice your pitches. Keep them to time. Thank you so much for joining this session. My door is open. Ping me a note on LinkedIn if you need me. And I look forward to hearing from you all. I'm going to send you a recording of this session too, so you can go over the notes. You'll get an email through that for tomorrow. Okay. Bye, guys. Go have a great afternoon. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.